Alright, we're gonna finish up the investigation for Farewell My Turnabout. Part 3/2 investigation. Maya's been kidnapped. We were literally in the apartment that she was in. However, we apparently don't know that, so.
It's past 9 p.m. already, isn't it? I wonder if Mr. Edgeworth has already found Mystic Maya.
Oh yeah, Edgeworth's helping us now too. These things take time. I'd say probably not. The police are professionals, Pearls. They'll find her, so don't you worry. Even though we're not supposed to involve the police. And if we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay.
You're right.
Alright. I don't know what we're trying to do here.
Wow, it's really getting late, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it's past 9 p.m. already. But we still have some things to prepare for tomorrow's trial. There's still the matter of this secret Mr. Corda held about Mr. On Guard. And it's Andrew's real intentions. These are two things I must know tonight.
But aren't visiting hours over at the detention center?
I'm sure we'll think of something, Pearls. Don't you worry. Hey, wait!
What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is nothing that has anything to do with you is ever good.
Oh, I didn't have to do any psych locks last time, did I?
Like just now, I was handed this strange device for who knows what reason. And I was told to use it to search the whole hotel.
That's the bug sweeper, isn't it? The one Gumshoe made.
I don't know, and frankly I don't care, but the requests came from Edgypoo, so...
Edgeworth?
And he said...
If you feel angry, direct your anger at that unsophisticated lawyer. Man.
So I'm gonna feel free to direct all my anger towards you.
Ugh, gee, thanks, Bundle Edgeworth. What a pal you are. We've also kind of treated him like crap. So...
This is absolutely top secret, so you'd better keep it to yourselves. I heard they found a spy camera hidden in one of the presents.
Very interesting.
I'm sure it was, you know. It was to catch poor Juan in the middle of a scandalous meeting. Scandalous? What's that? It means, well, you know, that gossip that's been going around about my dear Juan.
Oh, you mean that thing about Miss Andrews? But I'm sure she must have had some reason for getting close to Mr. Corda.
I'll let you in on another secret, Yunion. I know who planted that spy camera. It was that obnoxious puffy-haired photographer girl, the nerve of some people.
Oh no. Oh no. Sorry. I lowered the game volume a tiny bit.
Spying on people by herself, as if I wouldn't want to see it for myself too.
Wow, the alien actually admitted her true intentions for a change.
I don't know what exactly you're thinking, but I can bet it's nothing good.
But I didn't say anything.
So you want to know about Juan and that manager, right? Actually, as I hear it, they were something of a refreshing pair, those two.
Oh?
I tell you, Juan really welcomed that manager with open arms, I heard. The manager? Who are you talking about?
You don't know? They had a manager. That manager woman Juan had. It's a shame she... Oh, you're talking about Miss Celeste Impacts, Miss Andrews' mentor, right?
Yes, that's the one.
Celeste. Is that assassin somehow... Celeste was in that room. That's where I got Celeste from. I couldn't remember.
That Celeste girl. She was supposed to get married, you know?
Married? You mean to Mr. Corda?
Really, you young kids don't know anything, do you?
To the assassin.
That girl Celeste killed herself 3 days after their marriage announcement.
3 days?
Why would Miss Impax want to kill herself? She was going to get married. Well, that's because she was thrown away, you see, by Juan.
What?
But they were going to get married, right? They promised each other, right? They held a grand announcement session, but 3 days later, Juan suddenly canceled their marriage.
She was cheating on him. Is it true?
It's what was in the weekly magazines. But why? Why did he do that? That was not in the magazines, unfortunately.
I see.
At night after Juan called off the wedding, that manager, Celeste, offed herself.
How terrible.
I wonder what happened between those two.
Let's move on. Oh my. Okay. On that night, there must have been at least 100 people here. I guess the police are done with their questioning and investigating. Looks like things here in the lobby have finally calmed down. Let's go to the law officers. Is Gumshoe here?
It doesn't look like Scruffy Detective is here.
Well, he's out there with that camera asking around at all the electronic stores.
Then I'll make some salad for him tonight.
Looks like Pearls really appreciates what Gumshoe is doing for us. I certainly do.
Mr. Nick?
Yes?
Where is the lettuce?
I don't think I've ever bought lettuce before.
Oh, I guess I have to give up on making a salad then.
Guess the lack of lettuce is kind of a problem. So the real person who killed Mr. Corridor was...
That assassin, Mr. Sally DeCillo, right?
And literally the person holding Maya captive. How do we not remember this? This is driving me insane. And the card Miss Andrews found at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. But if that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who was the one that hired DeKiller to begin with? Who is his client? That's true.
You mean, who asked for the murder?
That person didn't want it to dirty their own hands in blood. But whoever this client is, they're still a killer. I almost wonder if it somehow ties all the way back to the aunt from case 2.
Who could have hired the assassin? Do you think it was Miss Andrews?
No. But if she was the client, why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself?
But if Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then no, it can't be.
Matt Engard himself.
Mr. Engard really did hire the assassin. Then he is not innocent.
Then he is not innocent at all. Far from it. He would be guilty of the crime.
But that can't be Mr. Engard, right?
That'd be so interesting.
I mean, when we first talked with him.
No Cyclops.
Mr. Engard,
I'd like to ask you one more question. I didn't kill anyone, not who's. But I didn't see any Cyclops. Actually, that reminds me.
Didn't you remember something, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, something Miss Andrews said at the trial today. She said something interesting. Maybe there were no Cyclops because it was a loophole. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, I didn't kill anyone.
So what is that interesting thing?
Oh, that's right. You didn't hear it, did you, Pearls? What did she say?
Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway. It looks like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
It just seems so obvious that our client's actually guilty, so I don't know.
Mr. Engard's secret? What is his secret?
I don't know yet, but for now, let's think about it this way. Mr. Corrida was going to reveal his secret. That means Mr. Engard had plenty of motive to have Mr. Corrida silenced. Which means we have to meet with Mr. Engard. There's no way around it now. Visiting hours ended a few hours ago. Looks like we're not going to get a chance to talk with him tonight.
But isn't what we have to ask very important?
Yeah, but I don't think that matters to the guard. Darn. What'd you find, Edgeworth?
It feels sort of tense here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it does. I wonder if something happened. You're Mr. Engard's lawyer, right? Ah, yes, sir. Well, we finally just found a person we've been looking for. A real decisive witness. A decisive witness? You mean for the Engard case? We're taking the witness's statement right now. Gotta hand it to Mr. Edgeworth. What's Edgeworth up to now?
Who is this witness?
I think you know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer.
Mr. Nick?
Between the kidnappers demanding all this, I can't see any way to win here. Oh yeah, Mr. Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something. He did. Even though visiting hours are long over at the detention center, he wanted me to grant you special permissions. There you go.
What?
I've already called them, so they know. Go on, go talk to your heart's content. Thank you very much.
This is such good news, Mr. Nick.
Go talk to him. Sounds like the police are pretty sure they have tomorrow's trial in the bag. Sketchy. I want to hear On Guard. I don't care about Adrian. I mean, I do, but, like, this is more important. Dude, it's Mr. Wright. I hope you can get me off the hook tomorrow. I'm counting on you. I hope so, too. Edgeworth just dropped a bombshell on me by saying that Juan Corredor was killed by an assassin and that the assassin's client is this man I'm at On Guard. What's wrong, Mr. On Guard? There's something I must know with 100% certainty. You seem kind of different. You're totally not your usual lawyer dude self. Cyclops, baby. About the press conference. You mean the one where Juan was gonna dress up as the Nickel Samurai? Yeah, I heard a little more about it from Miss Andrews. It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful. Yeah, I already read that like 5 times. Could you please fill me in on what the secret is? Yep. We called it. 5? I knew this was coming. Mr. Nick, don't tell me. Cyclops, 5 of them. You said a secret, right? But I don't have any idea what it is. Do you, dude? Okay. Did you know about Mr. Corredor and Miss Andrews' relationship? Well, it's all over the tabloids, dude. Oh, but I don't know any of the details, if that's what you mean. Look, how many times does it tell you? I don't care what Juan did with his life. Miss Andrews, she had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Corredor. Her mentor was Mr. Corredor's manager, and Miss Andrews was going to get Miss Celeste Impax's note from him. Celeste? Does that jog any memories? Cyclops? Dude, I suddenly just got totally hungry. You up for pizza? My treat.
Mr. Nick, what is pizza? Is it a kind of pea, like green peas?
Let's go eat one later, okay? I got cut off by the pizza dude at the shop. That's too bad. Well, how about we get our minds off this topic and talk about something else, okay? More Cyclops? Mr. On Guard, are you connected to the... I didn't even think about that. What's wrong, dude? Oh, it's about this card. Have you seen it before? Nope, never saw it before in my life, dude. I don't think he's lying, or is he? Then again, he looked like he was gassed just now. Maybe I'm seeing things? Okay, I am not going to be able to solve it yet, but I do want to see what I need. I think this secret will be like the last thing we figure out. That's wild. That's a lot of Cyclops. There's a lot of Cyclops. Let's hear what this secret of yours is. What if Mr. Carter had been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed? I told you before, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan, okay? Look, Mr. Wright, I keep on saying it until I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention that whole time that night. I mean, come on, I was in the middle of a nap. Don't lie to me. Huh? I know you paid close attention, especially on that night. Yeah, I don't have anything yet. Okay. Let's go back here. Oh, Mr. Wright, please, you have to help me. Uh-oh. Oh, never mind. I was thinking, I guess. Mr. Powers.
What happened? Why are you here?
You see, I got roped into this somehow.
What?
And now I'm gonna testify at tomorrow's trial. So the decisive witness is Mr. Powers? I was talking with the detective until a little while ago when he was on my way home. When all of a sudden, you were under arrest, and I was brought back here. Oh, they said my face and a whole self in general looks suspicious or something. Well, I guess I can see how they thought you looked suspicious. I'm just a normal guy on an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime? So, what is his testimony? I really don't know yet, but it sounds like I saw something pretty important from what they tell me. You saw something important? Well, the detective told me not to talk about it. You can't tell anyone, especially not that lawyer, he said.
Who do you think that lawyer the detective was talking about?
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it's me. Yeah, you got it.
Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya and myself are your only two alibis in this whole world, but it's alright.
Ouch. I don't really have a lot of friends, do I? This is gonna do a lot of damage to Matt, you know. Because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going. But what is he really like? Well, let's see. Matt's always been a kind of a player with women. He would never really turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. He'd always say it's just a game to justify himself.
What? How horrible. That's unforgivable.
Sorry, didn't mean to offend you. But you know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon me over. One person? His manager, you know? Miss Adrian Andrews. Why is Mr. Power suddenly looking kind of energetic? You see, I actually am a sucker for gossip. I mean, celebrities in their world have this dazzling sort of image, right? A dazzling sort of image, but aren't you a part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers? No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see? But it's okay, really. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of the other stars around me as things happen. Well, that's true. Oh, hey, did you hear about this yet? About Miss Adrian's mentor? Yep. You mean his impacts?
We heard something about how her wedding was cancelled.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day, about that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why don't you go ask me about that? Go on, go ahead. He's so charged up, his skin is electric. Hey, so have you heard this? Celeste left a note. Uh-huh. And they said that Juan went and hid it. We heard about that in court today. But there wasn't any actual proof she had left a note. Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Something bad for Juan, that is.
Something bad for Mr. Corita?
Why do you figure so? Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends. And she said, it looks like I got caught up with a truly insidious man. Did she mean Mr. Corita? Well, there's no one else that fits that bill, right? And that would be reason enough for him to hide the note. I see. Well, that's some good info. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Now we need to move and talk to Adrian Andrews. Okay, we gotta talk to Adrian Andrews now. Because Matt is useless.
Oh, it's you.
I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour, but there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight.
Me? I thought your client was Matt.
I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about this secret. Come on. I'd like to ask you about Matt on guard, if you don't mind.
Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean.
You seem to bear a lot of resentment towards him.
If that's the case, then why did you become...
Oh, if that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival?
That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing.
About Miss Celeste.
I had finally put her death behind me. And now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface.
That was Edgeworth, not me. I'm sorry.
I was shocked by it. And it's true that when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hidden her note, and I began to draw close to him. I wanted to get her note back and to burn it.
You wanted to burn it? But why?
I didn't want it to spread like just another piece of gossip. But I never held any murderous intent towards Juan. I would never do something so stupid.
The note? I wonder what it said.
Why did you frame Mr. On Guard? That's simple, because he's the killer, that's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizen to inform the police? But there had to be another way. The police are excellent at doing their job, so they figured it out, right? Yes, they're so good that they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death. Miss Andrews.
Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason, so please, tell me why you did what you did.
Revenge. Huh? Did you say something?
Ah, please don't be 5. Oh. A psych lock.
Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer. To be honest, you're more like my enemy. But
I'm sure I just heard Miss Andrews say revenge. Okay, let me save. Let me just see. Maybe this is the last thing we unlock. I feel like this is the most deceiving thing of all time. Let's present the Magatama. Take that! Get it. Why frame him? That's what I want to know. Thought Matt was the killer. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So you're saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why? What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Revenge for... Okay. Let's start with her, and then if it's not her, we'll do him. Celeste? There's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings and even revenge, and that is Miss Impact's death. What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hid her note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt? You're right, you haven't mentioned him yet. But for you to hate Mr. On Guard, it would mean that he must have some relation to... Can you explain to me this relation? Can I? It's worth a try. Okay, let me try one more thing. One more thing. Okay, I'm guessing it's not this. Let me try one more thing. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You're fine. We gotta go look around for some stuff first. Load. There we go. Okay, we gotta go look for some evidence. Evidence. Can't go far without evidence. Oh, again? Mr. Nick, your phone! Hey, it's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. Sounds like kind of ominous. Yeah, I know. Hello? We're in trouble now, pal. I'll be back at the office really soon. What's wrong? Something really unexpected just happened. Mr. Edgeworth, Edgeworth? Anyway, hurry up and get back to the office. What? Hello? He cut off.
What's going on, Mr. Nick?
Gumshoe said we need to go back to the office right away.
Then we should hurry back.
I'm scared to go back.
What are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Pull yourself together.
Maybe it'll be good news. Somehow I doubt that. Alright. Let's go to the office. I don't care. Kill me. Do it. Do it, assassin. What's up, Gumshoe? What took you so long, pal? Mr. Edgeworth couldn't stick around forever and he had to go. Well, what happened? We got him. We know who bought that spy camera. This quickly? And this bear's what gave them away, pal. The bear. I figured it out, pal. I figured that we should have been looking into the bear instead of the camera. That was Edgeworth's idea.
But wasn't it Mr. Edgeworth?
Shh, Pearls. And? Go on. There's only one person who bought one of those bears who's related to this crime.
Who is it? Who would be so rude as to spy on another person in their room?
Matt On Guard.
Huh?
Matt On Guard, your client, that's who, pal. And here I thought things couldn't get any worse. Are you sure? I heard it from the department store clerk, pal. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's for $3,800, pal. That's an exact match to the price of that stuffed bear. A receipt? That's all you have? Nah, it's not just a receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me I'm sure I sold that bear to Mr. On Guard. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. On Guard's autograph out of it, pal. So I'm sure the person that bought the stuffed bear was Mr. On Guard himself. My sight is failing me. This can't be. So what about the spy camera we found? That was a dead end, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of thing from anywhere. But for now, I guess I can give this back to you to file away into evidence. I know you don't want to give up, pal. I didn't think it was possible. The person who put the spy camera in Juan Cordo's room was Matt on guard.
Why? Why would Mr. On Guard do something like this?
I bet it was to catch Miss Andrews and Mr. Cordo in one of their rendezvous. I bet it's not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera. Are you gonna see him, Mr. On Guard, I mean? Yes.
I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder what we'll find out next.
I'm scared myself, but I have to put on a good face for Pearls. Man on Guard, what in the world have you done? That on guard, what was he thinking? You mean setting the spy camera up? Yeah, and it was recording at the time of the murder too, pal. Don't you find that just a tad suspicious? Doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. I mean, don't mind me, I didn't mean it that way, pal. Same thing. Okay. Wait, they have the murder on camera. Can I see it? Nope. Oh. You're working really late, you know. It's already past 10 p.m., my dude. I think it's time you told me the truth. Relax. Don't you know that ignorance is bliss? But if you really want to know, let's talk. You're getting on my nerves, dude. Could you please take a look at this? Maybe the bear? What? What? What are you talking? Really? Okay. Maybe all this is to unlock that secret? Okay, hold on. Let's save. Maybe I have enough for the psych clock and I just don't know it yet? Alright, let's see if we can figure this out. Take that! Okay. 5 blocks. There's no way I have enough to unlock this yet. I don't know enough. Don't lie to me. I know you pay close attention. Take that! This bear was in Mr. Cotterdge's room on the night of the murder. A bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan. So, it's a present, dude. It actually looks kind of classy, if you know what I mean. Yes, I hear it's quite expensive. Which is why it's very odd that this gadget was found inside of the bear. Take that! This is a very small video camera. And it was hidden inside the bear's eye. Maybe it's a really curious bear? Well, whatever this bear saw was sent somewhere using this transmitter. Which means someone on the night of the murder was secretly filming Mr. Cotterdge's room. Guess Juan had a few of those kinds of fans too, huh, dude? Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan. You sure, dude? Who else could it be from? The person who gave this bear to him was... you! Take that! Mr. On Guard, don't you know this bear from somewhere? I don't think I've ever met a Mr. Bear before, dude. Aw, but he says he knows you. How could you forget such a great friend? What else did the bear tell you? He says that the one who put the camera in his eye was you. If I didn't know how it would work in court, I'd say I was in some serious trouble. Come on, this is all a joke, right, dude? You're just pulling my leg. Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet. Well, do you have any proof? Here's the proof. Gadar. I have it here. 1 credit card receipt, Mr. OnGuard. It's from when you bought that stuff there. Dude, all you can tell from this is that I spent $3,800. I go to that department store all the time, okay? This $800, this could be the toothbrush I bought that one time. A $3,800 toothbrush. It's ivory, and it's got elephant hair for bristles. Ew. Elephant? Ew. Anyway, the store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave him an autograph, did you not? Dude, you should have said that earlier. So can I ask you one thing? Yeah? You're my lawyer, right, dude? So if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like that? Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you. Sounds more like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay? No. I haven't asked you why you set the camera up yet. And what your secret is. Of course, it would be strictly confidential. So, what are you going to do now? I'm going to find out what I want to know, because I must.
Take that!
Adrian Andrews? There's a rumor going around that Miss Andrews and Mr. Korda were having secret meetings. You, who is keeping tabs on Mr. Korda, you were going to reveal this as fact and turn it into a scandal, isn't that right? Dude, you could be such a moron. Huh? Oh man, Mr. Lawyer dude, that kind of scandal. That's the good stuff. That's what we call the industry called juicy. The good stuff? Look, we can get publicity without spending a penny with that kind of stuff. I mean, if people stop paying attention to us, then it'd be the end, dude. Too bad that wasn't your intention. What are you talking about? I wish your reason for spying was something so innocent, but it wasn't. You didn't spy on Mr. Korda because of Miss Andrews. Then there's only one reason. The real reason you set up was why? What? What? The real reason. The real reason.
Take that!
No. Okay, let me just try a couple things. The real reason? Is it something to do with this? Oh, it is the card. What is this card? Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This is a certain man's calling card. The man's name is Shelly the Killer, and I'm sure you know him, don't you? Shelly the Killer? That's ridiculous. Why would I know someone's shady scumbag like him? If you really don't know him, then why are you acting so jumpy? This is it. I can't afford to make any more mistakes. I know why you know Mr. It's because you're his client. Since you're the one who set up that camera, that means you knew. You knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. So, how? How would you know something like that? It's because you're his client, that's why. You hired Shelly the Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Korda. The real mastermind behind the whole murder is you, Mr. Mad on Guard. And here I was, trying to be a good boy for you, dude. What am I supposed to do? My client's guilty. I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought anyway. Mr. On Guard, you really did hire... Hold on a sec. I'm gonna console myself, okay? Consult myself? Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway. About time for what? I think it's time for you to meet him. How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt on guard. Oh no. My client's guilty. Well done, Mr. Wright. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have. I feel like he doesn't actually sound like a surfer dude. You really? So you were Shelly the killer's client? You didn't really think I would dirty my own hands in this, did you? What do you mean? What am I supposed to do? I don't want him to be not guilty. And that woman, Adrian, was quite brave herself. Trying to stick the crime on me. I didn't think she had it in her. But all I care about is that Juan is dead, isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer? That's your lying. What a terrible... It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Come on, let us grown-ups talk about more adult things.
But why? Why did you hide the video camera?
A weakling soon believes the word of others, just like that pathetic Adrian. He knew about the secret. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone. Least of all assassins. What? Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding the sinful deed over their heads. This is wild. And a superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess?
And that's why...
That's where the video comes in. It's got his face and the crime scene recorded on it, preserved for all time. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. That's right. That video is my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Wright?
Why would you do something so wrong?
Because I'm a grown-up, and I can. Good enough of an answer for you, little girl. What the heck am I supposed to do?
Why would you kill him?
Because he was about to sling so much dung onto my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they? This is all because of that press conference, isn't it?
If Mr. Corrida had been able to give it, Mr. Angard's secret would have...
Well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know? I had no interest in doing it, really, but bit by bit, it crept on me. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought.
And that's how Mr. Corrida ended up dead.
Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People are simply things to be used and thrown away. Put on a sweet innocent face and people will swallow anything you feed them. Adrian fell for it. The assassin too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Everyone, all working their butts off for me. Matt on guard. Aw, did that leave you speechless? What a shame. What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet. How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked if you had killed Juan Corrida, and you answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone, because the assassin did it. Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was that killer guy, right? And all I'm guilty of is taking a cat nap in my room. You killed Mr. Corrida. I dare you to say that in court tomorrow. Aw, but too bad. You can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? Aw, but you can't, can you? That would be the one thing you absolutely can't do.
Mystic Maya.
You wouldn't want to test a killer. He's a man of his word, or so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose. You scoundrel. So if I were you, Mr. Wright Esquire, I think I would give it my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. I'll get you for this. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'll get you for this. That's such a cliche phrase. Juan said something just like that, if memory serves. Of course, well, we all know how well things turned out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer. Maya, what am I supposed to do? Oh no! And now, if you finally found it, and you finally found it, the starting line of this case, Edgeworth. I don't care if the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct. Shoot. Shoot! My client's guilty. My client's a scumbag. Well, right. What are you going to do if you plan on changing your strategy?
No, we can't do that.
That's right. He's holding Maya hostage. What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Right. Only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. And that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in a court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, right? It's your turn. My turn? What is this thing you called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer, and you must find it on your own. What am I supposed to do? I'm a lawyer. But to fight for someone who really is clearly a killer, mad on guard, that man is really... Ugh! It doesn't matter who, every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system? Proper defense? But what exactly is that? Is it where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery? Ironic that you, of all people, should say such a thing, Mr. Wright. Isn't that exactly how you fought for your clients up until now? Well, that may be true, but that's because I believed my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if I were to get an on-guard and acquittal, that isn't proper defense at all. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do. Right. Would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. What? We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone. That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say? You are a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. Actually, I was just gonna say, why? People like you and Franziska von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict, for a man I clearly know to be guilty. Franziska, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is her perfect win record. That's all. And? Isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed. You're so freaking petty. I see. Now I understand why you despise me. However, you are mistaken. What do you... Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless. What? I don't believe you. Are you saying that's why you left the prosecutor's office? But then why? Why are you here now? The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story. Oh no.
Mr. Nick, it's a transceiver.
No. I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Attorney, do you wager you can obtain an acquittal tomorrow? My, what's the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please. Why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. Engarde's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer? Right. Please don't misunderstand things. He's my client. Don't toy with me. A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself. I believe you were asking me for a reason as to why I am doing what I am. Yeah. This is what I like to call my aftercare. What the heck is aftercare? My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what is called client relations, and it is a part of an assassin's duty. An assassin's duty? We were unlucky this time, and my client was arrested as a suspect. Sad. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney, and to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end. What is your name? Yeah, I already know this. Dummies. I believe I told you once before, however. You did, but my name is De Killer. Shelly De Killer. You're Shelly De Killer? Please keep in mind, you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As a De Killer, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain, Maya, it would be my duty as an assassin to see if she receives a nice long nap.
Oh no!
Now then, if you'll excuse me, if someone were to trace the signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome. Mystic Maya.
Mystic Maya!
I don't know what to say. Edgeworth, did you hear that? It's the cat. I knew this already. Oh, that. It sounded like a cat.
A cat?
It can't be that cat, can it?
What is it?
I know where Shelly De Killer is holding Maya hostage. Edgeworth, have all the police units head for the Engarde mansion immediately. Alright, you hurry over as well then. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun.
Yeah.
Maya!
Please answer us, Mystic Maya!
She's been moved. We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. Assuming he's still in the area. I can't believe it. That butler! All this time he was De Killer? We already knew this! He and Engarde were working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out a contingency plan ahead of time. Examine?
Oh, it's a figurine of a bear! But there's lots of cuts in it for some reason.
A bear? Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Corda? Why would something like that be here? Right. Look down. There's a little pet door installed here.
I'm sure that's for Shu.
Do you think that this came through that little door? This door. It's locked. Well, I'm pretty used to breaking doors down by now. Let's go, Edgeworth. She's not gonna be here. She's gone. Ah, there's no one here! From the looks of this room, I would say this is Engarde's private lounge. Look at this, right? An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals and a VCR. Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, it'll have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found.
No.
But there's no mistake that someone used this to record something. It looks like someone took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it. I can't read all the labels. Lots of videotapes. It's on Guard's computer. Maya, why couldn't you have used this to get us help?
Mr. Nick, where's the power switch?
Oh, I get it. It's a VCR and an antenna. The footage in the spy camera took the scene of the crime. It was beamed here and recorded on tape. That's funny. Ah, I can't believe I just made a joke about Maya. It's a very small table. I bet we could barely squeeze 3 pearls on there.
But I wouldn't sit on the table to begin with, Mr. Nick.
We gotta go somewhere. Oh. What's that? We've searched all over, but it looks like he got away. I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time. And now we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be her pillar. Yeah, you're right. We're close, I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every road leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us. This looks like a picture of Miss Impacts. With love, Celeste.
Miss Impacts?
Yeah, it's the former manager.
Why would a picture of Miss Impacts be you in Mr. Engarde's mansion?
Why does it say with love?
Ah!
What's wrong, Pearls?
Please let me see that pixel flame.
What's so special about it?
On the back, there's something written on the back of the flame. Maya. It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message.
What? Maya. I thought you'd come. I knew you would.
Now listen up. You better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag of not guilty, I'll never forgive you. Ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to tell you. Pearly, you're there too, right? Make sure that you help Nick, okay? Someone's got to watch out for the helpless lunk.
That's it for now. What am I supposed to do?
No, Mystic Maya!
Right. What's wrong? Why the blank stare? Oh, nothing. We've searched the house, and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us. Edgeworth. Yes? As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. But I'm still short. I'm still short. One last thing. And what is that? The psych lock. The psych lock. Oh my gosh. This is the best case I've ever done in these games. This is the winner by far. I don't need to ever do a ranking. This is the best one. And that circus one, worst one ever. Miss Andrews' psych lock. If I could find out what secret she's holding, I think I could stand a chance in court tomorrow. To blow this case wide open and expose the truth. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, Pearls. Good evening, Mr. Wright. What's wrong? You look ill. Miss Andrews, I've come to remove your psych lock. Psych lock? I want to know, and you will tell me, your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can. Let's save our progress. This music's so good. This is such a good case. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? Our client is a scumbag. Let's go. Creep. What are we supposed to do? Gosh. Because he's a terrible dude. Revenge. Who in her past? Oh. Oh, the picture. Oh. Bruh, it's the picture, you dumb. Okay, wait, I forgot that I first have to show the picture, not the frame. And then I show the frame next, probably. Okay. So we already read all this. This is insane. Oh my gosh. Celeste and Matt. Hold on. Hold on. This. Yep. This is a photo of Miss Impact's, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. What? With love, Celeste. This is Impact's handwriting, isn't it? Where did you find this? Oh, that's all right. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this in Mr. Angard's mansion. And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Huh? Huh? Were you lovers or something? What's going on? Come on. Why frame him? Celeste, she was supposed to get married to Juan. Yeah, but I heard that it didn't work out.
Because Mr. Corda didn't want to get married to her anymore, right?
Yes, because of Matt.
Because of Mr. Angard? What do you mean?
I think I can see where this is going. Celeste, she was Matt's manager a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why With Love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture. They were a couple, weren't they?
They were a couple, weren't they?
It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used, toyed with until she was thrown away.
That's so horrible.
Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then, it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and myself. I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. I see, so that's what happened.
But then why did Mr. Corda have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all.
Me neither, Pearl. It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most.
Poor Miss Impacts.
That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds and, so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then, when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note.
But why would he do that?
It's simple. Juan realized that note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge? There's that word again. Juan wanted Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that note. At the time, that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. I know all about it because I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out about all this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night, when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I had even brought a lighter. But I couldn't find the note, and that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring them to my own kind of cruel revenge. Get her out of prison! She don't deserve this! Celeste was killed by those two monsters. So when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me. It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway. I can't sleep either, not with Maya's situation or with what I know now.